And when I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
And if we're talking tight ends and we're going into round 2, maybe round 3, give me Ian Thomas, please. Let's just do the damn thing.
Just based on giving his overall ability. Again, I like his arm. I think he can make every throw.
The pick at number 12 is in.
Welcome to Cover One, the NFL Draft Podcast. I am Russell Brown. I am riding solo on a Monday night, but not for long. I'll be talking with PJ Locke, the safety from Texas University. He is a versatile player that I think can do a bunch of different things, from a single high look to covering slot receivers and tight ends and filling the alley and being a rangy defender and run support. I really like his skill set. I don't think he's gotten enough buzz. And you guys know I've spoken with a former Texas defensive lineman as well, Charles Amenawa, who I'm also a big fan of. So I like a lot of these Texas players, Chris Boyd, Gary Johnson. You add PJ Locke into the mix as well. I think he is a very underrated player, an under-the-radar guy. Maybe he goes day 3, but that's okay. I'm really looking forward to speaking with him and just getting a feel for what he's going through the draft process and presenting that to you guys. So let's jump into this interview. Let's talk with PJ Locke of Texas University. And joining me now, safety from the University of Texas, PJ Locke. PJ, how are we doing, my man?
I'm doing well, man. Just out here grinding. Just ready for this pro day, this upcoming Wednesday.
Yes, sir. March 27th, 3 p.m. You guys can check that out probably on social media, from Twitter to Instagram, probably even on Facebook. And it might even be streaming somewhere on NFL Network or ESPN. I haven't checked.
Longhorn Network.
Yep, Longhorn Network as well. So if you're in that area, I was actually just in Texas this past weekend for a wedding in Katy, Texas. So,
okay.
First time I was ever down there. A lot of traffic, but I can deal with it.
Oh man, yeah, traffic can get you out here for real.
yeah. It was, flying into Houston and then getting to Katy was like 45 minutes, but it turned into well over an hour. So.
Oh yeah, spring break too. Yeah.
Oh, yep.
It's double trouble.
Yeah, no, it was a good time though, man. So, look, I really appreciate you taking this time talking with me. And for those that don't know, I've been following PJ since pretty much the summer. I was watching Texas football like I do every summer and like I do every team. And I watched the first game, Missouri, from 2017, and he instantly stood out with just his ability to just fly all over the field, in my opinion. And you were just all over the place. And I really want to start there. I view you as a versatile defender. I think that you can do a variety of things, from covering in the slot, from tight ends, single high safeties, and I think you even can, fill the alley. You show that range as a run defender. Against Missouri in that game, you had 4 tackles, you had a pass deflection, and a forced fumble. And I know, probably remembering that specific game might be a little difficult to do, but how would you describe your skill set as a player?
Well, I definitely think I'm versatile. I have experience at every single position. I mean, I kind of just started off when I was younger, especially going in high school playing varsity. I just always me and my dad always train and stuff like that. And he always my niche was, I'm a safety that can cover like a corner and hit like a linebacker. So that kind of stuck with me throughout my whole high school career and on to this point. So it's kind of crazy how things can turn out. But start off in high school. I played basically my sophomore year. I played roll down safety, and I played the middle of the field. That's kind of how we called it. So we had a guy that was predominantly a roll down safety, nickel type guy, and then you had somebody designated to the post. So I played both of those. I rotated. In some packages, I played a middle linebacker. Then my junior year, I ended up playing an outside linebacker, nickel type. And then my senior year ended up playing pretty much straight corner. So I have experience at every position. I made my first start at nickel. So from that point on, I just had a coach, Coach Bedford and Coach Vaughn at the time. They were just big on learning the whole defense. And that's pretty much what I did. And after learning the whole defense, I was able to put myself in different positions and play those positions and understand what those what the job of those positions was. And I knew what everybody had to be. And so I knew what, in run stop situations, I knew what gaps supposed to be open. I knew what, what zones would be filled. So that kind of helped me in the long run. So, but like I said, pretty much, man, I just have experience at every position.
Yeah, and you really do, because you are not only just a versatile player, but you're an experienced player. You played over 40 games. You had over 30 career starts. In high school, you were an all-state performer, and obviously you're from the state of Texas. But Texas is big, man. There's a lot of schools down there, from Texas Tech, A&M. You chose Texas, and that was when Texas. I'm not saying Texas was bad, but Texas wasn't what they were now, or what they even were when we were growing up as kids, where they were always in that national championship hunt. But here you are, graduating from there, going pro. Why did you choose Texas, and how was it like playing for Texas?
Yeah, so initially I was committed to Oregon for like 9 months, and then I end up switching on signing day. So funny story about that is Texas I definitely always wanted to go to Texas when I was younger. I sat in the living room with my dad and I watched a USC game. So, I definitely have I definitely grew up a Texas fan. But, at the time, they would come down and just tell me anything can happen. I think all the spots were filled up. They had 5 DBs already, and they kept coming down to my school and just kept saying anything can happen. Well, I didn't want to put all my eggs on one basket, so I pretty much committed to Oregon, and I loved it there, went on a visit there and everything, but committed there for 9 months, and say like 2 days before signing day, Texas offered me. And at the time, I was like, I got the offer from him, and I told him, like, I'm good. I'm staying my commitment to Oregon. Well, the night before signing day, I couldn't sleep at all. Like, when I tell you I couldn't sleep, it was just something awkward, And my dad always told me something itches, you have to scratch it. So that was his way of saying, like, you got to really look into this and see, what's there.
Yeah.
And so, I looked at the class, and I seen that they had some high-rated DBs going in, like Deshaun Elliott, Holden Hill, Chris Boyd, Devontae Davis, all rated higher than me. And I always look back, like you said, I always look back at Texas like, man, like Texas used to be, the alpha, used to be the alpha of the NCAA. So I always like the challenge. People were telling me not to go there because, I was a 3-star recruit. They had 4 or 5 stars there. I was never going to play. So, like me, I accepted the challenge. I wanted to prove everybody wrong. Like, I can go there and play.
Yeah.
And end up doing that. But my whole purpose was from coming to Texas was to get Texas back to how they used to be, being at the top. And I can proudly say, I helped accomplish that goal. I left with a Sugar Bowl champion.
Yeah, and you guys absolutely did. I mean, you guys from Chris Boyd to Charles Omenu to Gary Johnson, guys that I loved studying all summer long, and then players that I loved watching all season long. I mean, I watched, obviously, the games when they were live, and then going back and breaking them down. I watched both Oklahoma games of you, the West Virginia game of you, the Georgia game, the USC game. And I saw, and with those games, you see great things, then you see things that you can work on. And that's how it is as a player. But with Georgia, I mean, you guys had put just I don't even know how to explain it. It was like nobody saw that coming at all. And I think, obviously you guys just had like a sour taste in your mouth, a chip on your shoulder, and you guys went out there and punched them in the mouth and just knocked them around, and nobody saw that coming. And you'd go out on a champion, and I love it. I wish your draft process would be like some others where you were going to the Senior Bowl, where you were going and you were doing certain things, but you did go to the Gridiron Showcase. How was it going to that event and playing against those types of players?
It was definitely a great experience. It wasn't something I expected because I never really heard of it. I thought pretty much all the games that pretty much people pay attention to is the East and West game, and the Reese's Bowl, and I might be missing one if I'm mistaken. But anyway, Is it 3 of them or just 2 of them? I know East and West.
There's two.
NFLPA.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yep.
So I knew it was like 3 of them they pretty much paid attention to. So I was like, I didn't really expect big things from it, but I was proven wrong. I went there and they definitely had a bunch of scouts there. All 32 teams was there. I ended up meeting with 20, 25 teams, and I had good interviews with all of them. And what that did was, just based on, from some of the conversations I had with some of the teams, that got them to know me more, and know what kind of person I was. They seen what I did on the field, but they didn't know me as a person. So they seen that, and I feel like, I left that event, with a rising draft stock. That's what I felt like.
Right. Yeah, and
I did go there. I did go there predominantly playing. The first 2 days, I played nickel and safety, and then in the scrimmage, I played just straight corner. And that kind of opened their eyes because they didn't expect that. Because I didn't really play. It was some situations in college that I played corner, but I didn't actually, play the position, have a lot of snaps at the position. So they didn't really get a chance to really see that. So I think I showcased that pretty well in the game.
Yeah, and it's funny too. And obviously, I think these teams, we all know they do crazy background research. I mean, the questions that they come up with when they ask you, or even like the Seattle Seahawks, they have staring contests with players, which is odd, but it is what it is. But they do crazy things, and we all research you guys before we study you and talk with you. You were ranked the number 9 cornerback nationally by scouts.com, number 25th safety coming out of high school. So clearly I think they see some type of versatility in your game, and you earned that honorable mention all Big 12 in 2018 as a safety. With that and meeting all those teams, how do you think you're going to translate to the next level? What positions do you think you're going to play? Do you think you're going to really play a variety of roles, or are you going to play maybe one specific spot?
I think I'm a guy, I can play 3 different positions. So if a team doesn't have to draft a guy that just, that can only stop the run. What I mean? You can draft. I'm a guy that I can cover, I can tackle, I can play on the roof. I can play different positions. Like I didn't play the down. I played like a middle linebacker, type. So I can play in, you have like some kind of dime package and you trying to move DBs around. You want straight DBs on the field because that's what the game is evolving to. Just having a bunch of DBs on the field. You see the Chargers, that's what they're doing.
Right.
And so I think the game is pretty much evolving to that. You got guys like Patrick Mahomes throwing for 500, 600 yards in a game. So you don't want more DBs on the field. So I have experience at every position. Any position I can play on the field. It's nothing new to me. So I feel like they're drafting my potential and just my skill set. It's just big because it's just not a lot of guys that can play every position. So I think that's one unique thing about myself.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the crazy thing is that I don't think you've gotten enough buzz, and I don't think that's fair. And that's why I wanted to take this opportunity to speak with you, because I want to put the word out there, because in 2 days you're going to be out there performing in front of all 32 teams again. And they're going to officially get those 40 times for you, the 3 cone drills and all of those things. And I think it's important that everybody gets an opportunity to showcase what they can do and talk about what they can do. And that's why I want you to use this platform to really put yourself out there and say, hey, I'm PJ Locke. I can start for you. I can do these things. And that's important. So with that, your pro day is coming, and that's in 2 days. How are you preparing for that pro day?
What I did was I went to Fort Worth. I trained at APEC, and they had some great trainers down there. I had some of my boys with me. Chris Boyd was there. Devontae Davis was there. Had even Deshaun Elliott, Puna Ford. Then they had some other guys. Patrick Mahomes even trained there.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a bunch of people there, and definitely NFL guys there, and and it's always good to be around those kind of guys because eventually that's the kind of guys you want to be around, especially like guys like Patrick Mahomes, MVP in the NFL. So that's great guys to it's positive influence around you.
Yeah.
And so we just pretty much busted our butts there in 2 months straight, 2.5 months really.
Right.
And just for this one day, for this one opportunity, and to take advantage of it. And I feel great about it. I feel like think there was some questions about my speed. I heard some, word got back to me that guys think I'm run like a 4.7, and they really have no idea. So they really have no idea. So I'm just excited to go out there and just put up some numbers, put up some crazy numbers, and just really kind of prove to myself on what I can do.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while since I like just really tested. So it's gonna be pretty much a shock to me. But I just know I'm always one of the hardest working ones. I always stay extra doing extra work. Anything I feel like that's a flaw, I'm always trying to work on it. So I never get complacent anyway. So just a chance for me to put it all out there and have fun. Pretty much, I've been training like this forever, and I've been wanting this forever since I was a little kid. I actually have a contract with my dad, and it says May 17th of 2011. PJ Locke will make any necessary sacrifices of making it to the NFL, my ultimate goal. And I signed it, my dad signed it, and here we are, man. And it's about to be a dream come true.
And your father played defensive back at Oklahoma State, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
That's awesome. So I truly believe you are going to be making it to the NFL. I don't care what mainstream media says. I don't care what other people say. I view things a little bit differently, and I view guys that I want on my football team. And if I was coaching, you'd be on my team. So last few questions here, and we'll get you out of here. You claim that you're a gym rat. I'm reading it on the Texas page. You claim you were a gym rat. I believe that. You like to play video games. You're a smart guy, 3.85 GPA in high school. Being a safety, you have to know so many different things. You can't be getting beat deep. You have to know in and out of man and zone coverages and things like that. Would you consider yourself a film rat by any means, by studying film constantly?
Oh, definitely. Oh, yes, definitely. I have to be. I'm in safety, especially in the kind of defense we ran the past 2 years. It kind of like demanded the safety position. It was like it demanded the safety position to let everybody. I had to make checks against certain formations. I had to get the corners lined up. I had to get some of the linebackers lined up. I also had to get like the D line lined up as far as the passing strength, that kind of thing. And you have to get the Big 12 goes real fast, so you have to get that communicated, very fast. And so film helps that, and watching film allows you to play fast. What's coming before it really comes. And every team, as a safety, you just understand like every team has something that they always like to do. You know, and that's just like everybody. Everybody has something that they always like to do, and it is fun figuring that out when you're watching film.
Right.
You just watching through all these games, and you just like, God, I keep seeing this. And it's actually fun. It's like a puzzle. You trying to put all the pieces together.
Yep.
You finally put it together, and you like, God, okay, that's what it was. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and that's actually like the funnest part, of playing football. Just kind of figuring out what team's trying to do.
Yeah. Well, and I love it as well because it's I watch a variety of different players, and I know you are as well. You watch offensive linemen. You're looking at, how is he pressing on his hands?
Mm-hmm.
You look at receivers. How is he stacked up in his stance? Is he leaning too far forward? Does that mean he's going to block, or is he leaning back a little bit? Is that how he's going to block? Is he going in motion? Is he going to crack block? What's he going to be doing there? But with that, you've obviously played against a ton of talented players. David Sills from West Virginia. Gary Jennings from West Virginia, just a ton of players. Marquise Brown from Oklahoma as well. What receiver out of your career in the last 4 years, again, you've played a lot of games, what receiver has been probably the most talented or maybe the toughest to defend?
I would say probably Hakeem Butler from Iowa State. I played a couple of man-on-man possessions on him. He's just a real big physical guy, And he has some great feet. That's the crazy thing. I would figure that he would be just physical, because somebody is always just physical, or they just fast, or they just have good feet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he has some speed on him. He has good feet, and he's physical. So I think that was like one of the toughest guys, and he has some strong hands. I remember I said we played him this past year, and I think he ran like across the field, and like I saw the ball. I saw Brock Purdy throw the ball. and like I broke on the ball, and I thought I had a pass breakup, but he grabbed the ball and like just stuck it there. Like he like clenched on the ball, like didn't let go at all. You know what I mean? He just had some strong hands, and I was like, okay, this guy like had some crazy potential. But at the time, like it wasn't really a lot of talk going around him saying like he was like just a first round draft pick.
Yeah.
And you know, just leading up to the combine, and like I'm just like, oh, this dude like really has it. And then when I seen him run the 4.4, 4.48 or 4, whatever he ran, I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then all the talk started happening. I was just always thinking like, okay, yeah, I mean, I kind of been knew like he was gonna be like somewhere around the first round draft pick because he has that kind of potential. So he's definitely like was one of the toughest guys on it.
Yeah, no, he's a talented dude. He's got long strides as well. I don't think he gets enough credit. For the way he runs, I don't think he gets enough credit, especially for being how big he is. But I think he put that to rest at the combine, and I'm sure you're going to put people to rest at the pro day. And my last thing is, with that being the safety position and being obviously so versatile, you get to do a ton of different things. What is your favorite thing to do as a defensive back? Is it to come up in a run support? Is it to play man coverage? Do you like doing the zone coverage stuff? Because I remember playing defensive back. I hated zone coverage because I always felt like I was in the wrong spot. But, I mean, everybody's different. So what is your preference as a defensive back?
So I like to play man. That's what I like to do. But as I, you know, as I grew up and, you know, played in this system, we didn't really play a lot of man. We played more zone. And you know, zone coverage, just like you said, yeah, you always kind of like catch yourself in the wrong spot, but like just being a guy like that just loves to work on, you know, a lot of things I need to work on at least. I found myself, you know, getting better at it. You know what I mean? And so I mean, like I said, I'm a versatile DB. I like to play everything, but I feel like my best attribute about myself is like just my physicality. You know what I mean? So yeah. I definitely love to hit. And being in this program, with Brandon program with Coach Herman, you know, they kind of, you know, push that upon us, you know, every single day. You know, we have physical practice. We're really trying to like kill each other in practice. So that just kind of made my hunger for physicality even more. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I love to play everything. I just love everything about defensive back, and you know, I didn't play every position. So you know, each position has something different. So you know, like corner is pretty much more for covering, and safety, the high field safety, you know, is more for zone and roaming the field. Then you have that box safety that's more for hitting and being more physical. But our nickel is pretty much the guy that's pretty much like an outside linebacker, and that's predominantly what I played. So I had to embrace the fact that I had to, you know, run in to guys that were twice my size, O-lineman that was 6'5", 6'6", even guys like that. So I enjoyed it. I grew to love it even more.
Yeah.
So because it was a challenge, I had to just throw my body into him, and I loved it. You know what I mean? So
right, and it stands out too on film, and that's the thing. It's like everything that you've talked about, and everything I think I've talked about, and everything I've shown on Twitter is the type of player that you are. And I think that's what's important is people, like, you don't have to go far to find out who you are or what you can do. It's right there in the film. And if you want to watch it, you can go to YouTube and watch a full game, or you can try to connect with somebody and get the access to certain things and do those things. So I think it's fantastic of what you can do on the field. I'm hoping my hometown team of the Detroit Lions show some interest and do something, because that would be, I mean, we've just lost Glover Quinn. We have some younger guys back there, but pairing you up with somebody like Quandre Diggs, who's from the University of Texas himself, that would be fantastic for me. I think he'd be a fit for us. So that's just me speaking out loud as a fan. But overall, I think you fit plenty of teams across the league. PJ, where can we find you on Twitter?
You can add me at PJLock4, PJLOCKE4.
Okay, guys, smash that follow button like I tell you every single week. Smash the follow button. Give him a follow, because if you're not going to follow me on Twitter, you got to at least follow an NFL player, because that's going to happen. I guarantee it come April. Best of luck to you on March 27th here in a few days. PJ, really appreciate your time, my man. We will talk soon. Until then, best of luck and take care, my man.
I appreciate the opportunity.
What an awesome interview. What a great guy to talk to. You guys make sure you smash that follow button for PJ Locke and follow his journey to the NFL. Cannot wait to see what happens through the 3 days of the NFL draft. Under 30 days away now, so we are just inching closer and closer to the NFL draft where guys will accomplish their goals and follow and chase their dreams. So cannot wait to see what happens with PJ Locke. But until next time, I am Russell Brown. This is Cover One, the NFL Draft Podcast.